Hi Patriots. Today is a wonderful Wondering Wednesday, January 18th. I'm your news anchor, Izzy.
And I'm your co-anchor, Rylan. And since it's Wednesday, you know what that means. Miss Greco has another Wondering Wednesday episode for us. Take it away, Miss Greco.
Hey Patriots, Miss Greco here for another episode of Wondering Wednesday. On our last episode, I asked you to inquire into why our year starts with the month of January. I was so excited as I walked around school as to how many students would come up to me and tell me that they knew the answer. Remember to write down your answers and send them my way. Here is the reason why we start our year with the month of January.
History. When we go back and look at notes that people kept from long ago, we discover that we haven't always had names for months. The people who came up with our idea of months were the ancient Romans, and they gave the months their different names. For the first month, they chose the name of January for a special reason. They named it after Janus, who was one of the gods in their stories or myths. Now, you might know other characters from these Roman myths, like the god Zeus. The Romans called him Jupiter. Or maybe you've heard of the god Poseidon. The Romans called him Neptune. Each of these gods had something special about them. Zeus, for example, was very powerful. He was the god of thunder and lightning, and the Romans imagined him holding a lightning bolt. Poseidon was god of the sea, and the Romans imagined him holding a spear and riding the waves. But Janus, this is how the Romans imagined Janus. Now, why do you think the Romans would choose to name the first month of the year after Janus? Do you have any ideas? Ready? Well, remember how with the new year, I said I like to think back about the past year and forward to the new year? Well, I'm not the only one who does that. Lots of people do that. You might even know that reflecting and setting goals for the new year is called New Year's resolutions. It turns out people have been doing this for a really long time. Even the ancient Romans would think back over the past year and think forward about their goals for the new year. Now you have a clue why the Romans chose to name the first month January, after the god Janus. Think about it. Janus has two faces. He looks backwards and forwards at the same time. It's just like people do at the beginning of the new year.
Wow, isn't that interesting? Even thousands of years ago, they were looking back on what has happened and looking forward to set goals and resolutions. That's what you should be doing too, Patriots. Remember, being reflective is one of our learner profile attributes. This week's Wondering Wednesday comes from TJ in 5th grade. Check out this video to see what he's been wondering.
It's Doug. A few years ago, I saw this beautiful little lizard hanging out in the sun on a sidewalk near the school where I was a teacher. I wanted to get a closer look, so I crawled on my hands and knees to sneak up on it. And when I got real close, I reached out my hand real fast to try to catch it. But I made a classic beginner's mistake. I had grabbed the lizard by the tail. When I went to open up my hand, I found out the lizard had escaped, but I had a spooky surprise. Its tail was wriggling in my hand like a live worm.
All right, Patriots. Based on that video, I hope you figured out that TJ wants to know, why do lizards lose and grow back their tails? I think that's a really interesting and great question that I can't wait to find the answer to. So remember, you have 2 weeks to inquire into TJ's question. Remember to use a source to find your answer, whether it's a book, a video, an expert. Maybe don't attempt to take lizards' tails and see what happens when they grow back. But any way you use a source to find the answer to TJ's question would be awesome. Remember to write down what you found out and send it to me so I can pass it on to TJ and we can share our answers with the rest of the school. Remember, you have 2 weeks. Don't forget to send me your Wondering Wednesday questions too to use for future episodes. Have a great day, Patriots.
I've always wondered that too. Time to go and research lizards. Don't forget to turn in your answers to Miss Greco.
Do we have any birthdays today, Izzy?
We sure do. Happy birthday to Malaysia F in Miss Epifanio's class, Quinn H in Miss Meyer's class, and Shiloh Y in Miss Simon's class.
We have a special staff birthday shout out. Malaysia is especially lucky today because she gets to share her birthday with her teacher, Miss Epifanio in 3rd grade. Happy birthday, everyone!
Now let's find out what's for lunch.
Today for lunch we're having PB&J to-go box, yogurt dipper box, corn dog, or Southwest pizza.
Vegetable and fruit choices are sweet savory fries, garden side salad, fresh sliced apples, pineapple bites, or juice. And don't forget to grab your milking utensils.
Hey Patriots, last week we calculated to see which class had the highest percentage of students using Lexia and Zern, and I have the winners for you now who received a cookie party yesterday in their classrooms. For Lexia, our class winner who had the most class percentage spent on Lexia, and they earned a grand total of 352 units last week, was Miss Opitz's 4th grade class. Congratulations, Miss Opitz's class. Hope you enjoyed those cookies. And our class who had the highest percent of participation in Zern, they completed an average of 4.9 lessons each last week, was Miss Govin's 1st grade class. Hope you guys enjoyed those delicious chocolate cookies yesterday. All right, kiddos, make sure you get on the Lexia and the Zern. Make sure you're getting at least 3 lessons this week in Zern and that you are making those your goal units for the week in Lexia. And we'll see who's going to be our class winners next week on Monday.
It's that time, Patriots. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then be seated for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remember, we are living the questions.
By feeding our passions and exploring our wonders,